What's going on, you Siloacy Babaroosas? In today's video, I want to share with you some lesser known short scary games that I highly recommend you try out on your own, that I give the Chillywinkle stamp of approval. If you don't know, I stream short scary games every Sunday for Scary Sunday on my stream or at twitch.tv/Fineokay, and I kind of consider myself a short game aficionado. I'm just not very good when it comes to lasting long. So let me give you some bangers to work with that I've cultivated over the past few months of Scary Sunday. The range and styles of these games is vast, ranging from nostalgic eeriness to goosebump-inducing jump scares to just straight up claustrophobic dread. This list has it all. It's all bite-sized, it's all inexpensive or free, and I'll give you a spoiler-free rundown so you can enjoy each one on your own. I'm not going to give you rough estimates of the playtime though, just to, further avoid any spoilers. So if you're interested in that, just Google it. But enough yapping, let's jump scare right into it. Psalm 5913. Starting off with a bread and butter style scary game to warm us up, Psalm 5913 is a game that you should try if you're really chasing that jump scare anxiety high. The game is done in the VHS style and is a walking simulator through a house that appears normal at first. The atmosphere is chilling, the graphics are actually quite realistic, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time with great sound design, like this. Why did I just hear a bass noise? Oh, Hungry Hippo Owl is back. And now everything's just quiet. What it may lack in depth or storyline, it more than makes up for in just its raw intensity. Keyword raw. Turn off the lights, remove all distractions and responsibilities, and let it grip you by your throat with its grimy little claws. In a good way. I like the experience so much that I actually bought it for my brother and made him stream it to me over Discord. So yeah, it definitely gets the Chillywinkle stamp of approval. The Steam reviews for it are all very positive, and you can get it for only a few bucks, so I definitely recommend you play it. Last Seen Online. This game hits a nostalgic sweet spot for those of you who grew up in the 2000s, like me. Last Seen Online is a modern horror game that pulls you into a mystery through a chat app interface similar to AIM. You play as someone investigating a friend's disappearance, sort of piece together clues from their chat history and other things on their computer. The simplicity of the gameplay combined with the immersive storytelling and the nostalgic interface make it incredibly engaging to play. It brought back memories of late nights, anxiously waiting on replies from people, probably browsing websites I shouldn't have been, maybe telling girls I love them that I've only known for a few hours. All of those memories, but actually with a much darker twist. It's very different from your usual jump scare spam type game, but the eeriness and the unsettling atmosphere is even more present than in a game like that, which I actually find more impressive. It's one of the more unique experiences on this list. It's also free on Steam, and you can actually play it in your browser, so the barriers to entry are quite low. So give it a try. Iron Lung. There's certain movies, shows, and games that you wish you could just experience for the very first time once again. In fact, that's part of the reason I'm doing the video today, to share with you guys some of the games that I had a ton of fun with, kind of sharing that joy to have you guys experience it for the first time. But Iron Lung is definitely one of those that I wish I could just wipe my memory of and simply just play again. Iron Lung is a claustrophobic horror game that throws you into the depths of an ocean filled with blood. You play as a convict, navigating a tiny, decrepit submarine, using only an old radar system and grainy photographs. The game is the definition of a slow burn. It's constricting, it's oppressive, it's suspenseful, and it's another quite unique experience. Some of you guys have probably heard of it because I believe Markiplier is actually making a movie out of it because he liked the game so much. But, for those of you who haven't, I recommend you try it. It's another game that doesn't rely on cheap jump scares. The setting, the confined space, the sound design, they just make it so good. Graphics are more minimalist, but I think it adds to the isolation and vulnerability more, and I think it just makes the overall experience much more unsettling. It's $8 on Steam. All the reviews are very positive, and I encourage you to find out why I and many others wish that the Men in Black would use the flash pen on us so that we could play this game for the first time once again. From the Darkness. Moving back into the raw, ferocious category, keyword raw, we have a psychological horror game that takes you into an abandoned Soviet apartment in search of your grandfather's photographs. Graphics for this one are more on the realistic side, and the gameplay focuses on exploration and puzzle solving. But the atmosphere is incredibly immersive and will leave you holding your breath and have your heart pounding through your chest. There are a lot of these horror, Soviet-era exploration games out there, and I've played a lot of them, so to recommend one specifically, it's really got to stand out. And I think From the Darkness does that. It has detailed environments with creepy sound design while using psychological horror elements to play tricks on your mind both visually and audibly. Like I already said, this is more so on the intense side with some jump scares, so keep that in mind. If you're looking for an immaculate story with crazy depth, you might want to look elsewhere, but if you're looking to shit yourself, this game's perfect for you. It's $7 on Steam with all very positive reviews, so go get in that apartment and see what the hell is going on. The Last Monday.
I know where you live.
We have to end with this fuzzy demon spawn, Garfield. The Last Monday is a horror game that takes you back to a seemingly innocent suburban neighborhood with who else but Garfield, the cat who eats the lasagna. The game taps into that familiar childhood setting and is really quite nostalgic, but obviously things get a little crazy. You'll solve puzzles and uncover secrets, all while just coasting along the sea of just pure uneasiness. The graphics are cartoonish but creepy and feel very retro. The game is more on the mysterious side and will have you guessing what the hell is going on as you play through, and also doesn't really rely on cheap jump scares. I encourage you to pay attention to the details as you play along. It blends nostalgia and horror really well, and I also just love a really weird, creepy ass story. Something about imagining fun, loving childhood characters in different settings really makes you remember those stories more than the others. The game is actually free on itch.io, so you have no excuse to not find out what Garfield is cooking other than lasagna. Honorable mention, Murder House. This game is a bit longer than all the other ones I've talked about, and is also probably more well known. It's a puppet combo game, which is a pretty popular scary game developer, but I had to include it somehow because it's also another very unique game. Murder House is a retro-style survival horror game that pays homage to the classics of the late 90s. You play as a news crew investigating the abandoned home of the Easter Ripper, a notorious serial killer. The game's fixed camera angles and tank controls are a throwback to the old school horror games that we grew up with, adding to the tension and making every encounter a white-knuckle ride. The grainy visuals and eerie soundtrack create a suffocating atmosphere, but also this is the first game on the list that adds a bit of comedy and campiness to the mix. It's very nostalgic of old slasher films from the 80s. It will scare you while also making you laugh basically through the whole playthrough.
Boy and Cheer put him
what
in
if I just ran through
position
first?
To abduct young children until his capture and execution in 1985.
Whee!
2 years later.
God damn it! I said run by, not stand in a shot.
All right, let's try this again. Wait, run through the door. Oh, like back there. Oh, okay, okay.
1979.
If you're a fan of classic survival horror, you should definitely check out this game. It's a little more expensive at $12, but it's also a little longer, like I said, so that makes sense. And all the reviews are overwhelmingly positive, so you'll love it. So there you go, guys. Those are 5 of my favorite short, scary games that I think you will enjoy. I tried to get a nice mix of different styles in there, so surely there's something for everyone, and don't call me Shirley. Again, we play scary games every Sunday over on my stream at twitch.tv/Fineokay, so come hang out. We do bingo, predictions, giveaways, we get scared, we have a good time. Also, if you want, I have another 5 short scary games that I could recommend to you guys. If this video gets to 300 likes, I will make that video a stat. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe and healthy as always. I'll see you later.